Hello everyone. Just want to let you guys know I've got a couple slots open for coaching, so if you guys are interested, make sure to go down below and message me on Discord or on Twitter. I do coach other people who are not just Shoto players, so keep that in mind. With that out of the way, let's go and get right into the video. Okay, so next up is, Olimar. Olimar is one that I feel like we win, but I'm not 100% on. Because, let me explain. The main thing about this matchup is that if you don't know how to deal with Pikmin, they're going to shit on you. But long-lasting aerials like Nair kind of like go through a lot of their shit, along with like things like Shakinetsu when it comes to zoning and going through like Pikmin and shit. Like Purple can like beat out Hadoken in a lot of situations, but if you know like when it's coming, like if you actually understand how Pikmin cycling works. Olimar, yeah, Pikmin, shit like that. If you know how to deal with Pikmin, it's not so bad. They have a hard time landing. Whistle does help at a disadvantage a lot. $530 now? Jesus Christ. Jesus fucking Christ, chat. But, like, whenever it comes to, like, dealing with Pikmin and shit like that, like, dealing with Whistle, like, character blows up, Soup dies super early, hard down tilt Tatsu, kills mad early. I think we slightly win it. I think that's fair. At the very worst, that matchup's even. Okay, Pokemon Trainer. I think this one's even. Even or slight, like, I am the most confident in any matchup in the world. The matchup I'm the most confident in is easily Pokemon Trainer. Easily Pokemon Trainer. I think Shotos do so damn well against Pokemon Trainer. Because a lot of like people say they struggle with, let me go down the list. Let me go down the list on this one. Squirtle. Squirtle gets out footsied if you stick on the ground. F-tilt, roundhouse, spacing Shaku, heart down tilt, all that kind of stuff, like model shifting, all that bullshit. Like, does really well in neutral against Squirtle. Squirtle hits us, yes, we're combo food, but at the same time, Squirtle dies mad early. Okay, Ivysaur. Gets out-zoned, gets out-spaced in a lot of situations, gets ledge-trapped really hard. And then there's fucking Charizard. Now, Charizard with a lead is so obnoxious. So obnoxious, because he just spaces you out with like things like Flame Breath, Back Air, Fair, like, you know, all that shit, and they just kind of camp in shield and wait for you to hit them on shield, and they'll up B out of shield and shit like that. So that's obnoxious, but like in total, like, neutral's fine. It's finding the kills not that hard. They're not really good at camping. They don't have like a straight up like option to beat Shakinetsu, so I think it's even. Moving on. So let's talk about Richter. Fucking Richter. Vendetta, are you still in here, dude? Because I know you play this character. In theory, this should be even. This should be an even matchup. Because Richter's got long-ass startup on all of his projectiles. Right? He's got, like, whip helps. Like, if you, like, are clanking with his shit, they'll, like, short hop over and, like, angle whip down. And they can find their punishes that way. If you shield it, that's not so bad. You can Tatsu through whip if they spam F-tilt on block. So, I want to say this one is even. I really do. I personally suck at this matchup, but in theory, the tools are there to deal with it. So, I want to say it's even. Sure to show the support sometime for sure. Lol, I am here? Okay, Vendetta. I was saying, like, I feel like, in theory, this matchup should be even for Ryu. It really should be. I wanted to see what your take was. Yeah, I do feel like, Ryu should outzone the Belmonts. Like, I'm not crazy for that. Like, I feel like developed it should be, but losing it should. Okay, in that case, I'm keeping it as even. I'm going to keep it as even. Because I see your argument that, like, right now, yeah, it's probably in their favor. But, yeah. I feel like once, like, Ryu players get good at zoning, like, actually get good at their fireball placement, it's going to be really hard for Belmonts to actually get in or do anything about it. Because Belmonts are all about making you come to them. And if they can't make you come to them, they fall apart. Ridley. Slightly winning. Planking isn't really effective if you just do not challenge them when they're doing their bullshit. The main thing is how to counter planking. Like, their main thing is, like, they'll side B, arms kind of intangible, and they can stall under the platforms with up air and shit. But, like, if they sit there and do that for too long, you can always, like, wait for them to grab ledge, and then just ledge trap them as normal, because our ledge trapping still works fine. And we can just space them out with Shakinetsu and just play patient. Like, that's pretty much it. Like, if you play patient and you just don't, like, if you have the mental endurance to deal with them doing that shit, then you should be fine. But if you don't, then you'll fall apart. So that's like a player versus player thing instead of a matchup thing. Optimally, we can just not have to care about this. outside of that, like in neutral, like, you know, they got good, like, you know, great mid-range buttons that are really good, but like focus helps out a lot for, like, you know, focus canceling through it. Like short hop focus cancel through like Nair and shit to like get in on them and shit like that. It's super, super useful. Okay, R.O.B. R.O.B. in theory should be even. I don't think we lose it because, like, again, we win the zoning war. R.O.B.'s punish game is way better than ours. Way better than ours. Like, no argument can say otherwise. And once we get put in a juggle state, like, he's got great options for trapping our landings with, like, top and his neutral B. And just kind of, like, you know, harassing the shit out of us. Great ledge trapping, everything like that. But at the same time, neutral's pretty fine. Because, like, he still has trouble dealing with Shakunetsu pressure and shit like that. Like, he's got some options, but Ryu can still play neutral the way he wants to and still blow him up and get the damage he needs to, like, you know, find his stocks. So, I think this one's even. Okay, Robin gets outzoned. Gets outzoned pretty hard. And the priority on her projectiles and shit like that is kind of trash. So, if you know how to just nair through arc fire and just not care about her spells and know where the lag is, this character struggles. Whenever they're doing short hop aerials, like spacing out Levin Sword and shit like that, you can just, like, short hop focus and, like, tank it and then, like, focus through and, like, normally find your punish as well. They get stuck at the ledge, too, because they don't really have great ledge options either. So, yeah, I feel pretty confident about this one. Sonic. Oh, boy. Oh, okay. No, it was Sonic. This one right here. This one right here is a slight loss, but it's stage dependent. I learned this. I pretty much chalked up my my thoughts on both the Shotos versus Sonic whenever I played against Sonito the last time we had our set. And it's all stage dependent. I think the matchup is even on triplats for Ken, and I think that the matchup's even for Ryu on flat stages. That's kind of my take on it. Because on flat stages, there's kind of only one way Ryu can really play it. It's all about walling out with long-lasting aerials, like spacing out with like things like fade back nair, fade back fair, slow shaku, slow hadoken, things like that, and just walling them out and holding center stage. Ken gets destroyed 6-4. Ken has good options for trapping landings and shit like that. Good corner pressure. Like, it's all about taking advantage of them in the corner and, like, when they have to land because of dash walking and shit like that. But yeah, dealing with spin dash and, like, if you ever have to feel like you have to run them down, yeah, it's pretty bad. I don't know about 6-4, but it's definitely losing. Terry beats Sonic. I will die on that hill, though. I think Terry wholeheartedly destroys Sonic. Ryu Snake is 100% even. Ryu Snake is 100% even. This matchup is one of the most even matchups in the game. I think arguably Ryu could win it. Because one of the most annoying options that Snake has to land, Ryu doesn't give a shit about. Because he can literally up air focus cancel the grenade and fucking Snake will take like 30-something damage. But honestly, I think all the FGC characters do well against Snake. I think Ken does well. I think that Ryu definitely does better. And Terry's ledge try, like, be able to just kind of crack shoot and catch landings for free is just good. It's just good. But yeah, I don't think I've iterated on this much. We just outzone the character pretty hard. Like, we don't have to play Snake's game at all. You don't have to go through his fucking obstacle course of bullshit. Rosalina and Luma. You see, this matchup, man, I've only been able to play it one time. One time. And guess who it was with? It was with fucking DeBuzz. It was with DeBuzz. And I did well against literally everything in Rosalina's kit except that fucking Nair. I had no answer for Nair when I played this matchup. I actually had no answer. Like, I know I can, like, roundhouse it, F-tilt and shit. Worst matchup by far? You really think that matchup's that bad? I definitely don't think it's like 6-4. I don't think it's like 6-4 or anything. But for right now, I will say that we slightly lose to Rosalina. I think Ken does well. Nair's good as fuck. Yeah, dude, I didn't have any answers for Nair. You think it's losing too, Kanoka? Okay. I'll put this one a slight losing for now. But the only reason I'm putting this a slight losing is I feel like this matchup has not been developed at all. At all. There's been zero development on this one. Because I don't think, who the fuck plays Rosalina? I hate Rosa and Luma. I don't hate the matchup. Like, I think Terry and Ken do really well in the matchup. You just kind of, like, kill Luma. Like, especially Terry. Like, you just fucking crack shoot and Luma dies. If you know how to abuse your priority, and you understand when Luma has, like, whenever Rosa has to block, Like, because a lot of times what ends up happening is Rosa, like, well, at least when I was playing the Buzz, he was just trying to out-button me. He was trying to out-prioritize me. And once I started to catch on to that, I started utilizing things like roundhouse, hard up tilt, F tilt, you know, mid-range invincible buttons to kind of, like, stuff him out for doing it. And every time, like, I would get, like, a stray hit on Luma, like, that was it. Luma died. And normally, and then it became all about, like, keeping the pressure on Rosalina. And Rosalina doesn't have really good out of shield options outside of jump. So with Ken's pressure on shield, he can kind of shut down Rosalina's options if you know the flow chart for how to cover that. Same thing when it comes to like covering or coming off the ledge and things like that. She's also tall as fuck, mad floaty, and combo food. So yeah, for Ken that's a different story. But for Ryu, yeah, I can see it being slightly losing. Yeah, that guy right there, iRockX, that's him. That's like one of my old grinding buddies in Tennessee. Like, I feel like I feel so privileged in this game that I can even challenge Rosalina. You have no idea. I know what it's like to play a 6-4 matchup against Rosa, and the Shoto's got it good this game. You guys have no idea how privileged we are now compared to where we were in Smash 4. In Smash 4, that bitch just jabbed. Actually, just jabbed. That was it. That is all that character did, and just destroyed our whole fucking kit. There was nothing we could do. There's actually nothing we could do. But we have a few more options. It's slight losing, but I don't think it's anything worse than slight losing. I don't think it's like a 6-4. Sheik. If you're void, like, I'd go here. I'd go here for void. But if you're not void, I'm going right there. Because literally, like, you get parried one time, you get comboed one time, you just might die. I missed that jab. I bet you fucking do. Like, with Sheik now, like, especially with Ken, this matchup just is by far one of the most unfair matchups in the game, it feels like. Like, I genuinely, when I fight Sheik mains, I feel bad for them. Like, I feel bad for Sheik mains more so than I feel bad for any character in this fucking game outside of maybe, like, Isabelle. Because, like, they can completely out-neutral me. Blow me the fuck up. And if they don't get the edge guard, I'm gonna come back twice as mad and kick them right between the legs. And not even feel bad. Sheik. I go back and forth on this one. Like, I sometimes feel like this matchup could be even. Because, like I said, I feel like I personally never struggle against disjoints. I know a lot of people do. And I played this matchup a couple times with Dusty Carpet. And my Ryu did fine. But Ryu doesn't deal with shield art as well as Ken. Like, Ken kind of obliterates shield art if you know your optimal punishes for it. But Ryu, I don't know. He doesn't really have the option coverage on shield art like Ken does. So it makes me feel like it's slightly losing. Neutral is even, obviously. But advantage and shit, like, Sheik kind of shits on us off stage pretty well. Like, even if we, like, stall off stage with, like, Hadouken and shit like that, he can just go off and fare right through that shit and just kill us. We do have the mix-up of focus, though. Like, if you know they're going to come off after you, you have the mix-up of going into focus and tanking it and going through it. But, yeah, because zone, yeah, we do zone the character well. Still, he traps focus well. Yeah, that's not even going into his ledge trapping, dude. Like, you know what? I feel pretty good about this. I'm going to go ahead and say, for now, this one's slightly losing, but it's very doable. This is a very doable matchup, but it is slightly losing. Terry fucking Bogart. This one I go back and forth on. I haven't played it enough. Actually, fuck it. I'm not even going to act like this one's winning. In theory, like, we out-neutral this character. But this character out-advantage states us, out-ledge traps us, and, yeah, out-punishes us, and actually has a better advantage state on top of that. But because we have better neutral and better kill confirms, and earlier kill confirms, and we can kill center stage, unlike him, and like around like 80-ish, depending on rage, yeah, I feel pretty good about that. I think Terry's even. Next. Toon Link! Again, I played this matchup with the Buzz, and it's very, very neutral, very, very, like, zoner happy. You know what I mean? A lot of Hadouken to bounce bombs. A lot of Shakinetsu to blow up bombs and hit him. Actually, no, fuck that. That shit's winning. Next. Okay, Villager. We beat this character. Villager's pretty flawed. You can just nair through pellets. Shakinetsu just destroys their side B. If they pocket side B, we don't really give a fuck because we can just keep zoning. I mean, what are they going to do? Throw it? Wario! I actually feel very strongly about this. I think Wario gets shat on by Shotos. Because it goes back to the same argument, kind of like I said with, when I said with Puff. He's a character that's all about floating around you and microspacing in the air, but he has stubby-ass range. And whenever it comes to that, if you stick to the ground, like, and you're just good at spacing, like, we just outspace this character hard. Like, we outspace this character hard. And I don't think it's just Ryu. I think Terry beats him. I think Ken beats him. I think Ryu beats him. That character literally gets hard countered by these three. I really think that. Optimal Shotos destroy him. Like, even if they camp. Like, even if you're dealing with campy Wario, what the fuck ever. You can literally just position yourself under him, and the fat bastard has to come down eventually. Who's next? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put this one to bed. Wii Fit does not beat us, guys. Their ledge planking gimmicks are just that. They're gimmicks. It doesn't actually work. What makes this character good is deep breathing and their insane punish game. Like, we ledge trap this character for free. They want to sit there and, like, side B the fucking, like, and re-grab ledge. Just down smash them. Literally, just down smash them. Down smash them. Throw out Hadouken. Bounce the ball back in their face. They have to come past you eventually. They can't box with us at all. They can't. The only thing they really have is their gimmicks. And if you know how they work and you know, like, you understand how it works, it's not that bad. This matchup is not fucking losing. Stop it. You assholes get fucking planked one time and you have no answers and you think it's losing. I'm telling you, it's all gimmicks. Oh, God, we're getting to the bottom. Okay, Wolf. For Ryu, it's even. For Ryu, it's even. This one is just, again, another all-neutral matchup. You know, everything we want to do works. You can still use Shaku, slow Shaku and shit like that to bait out Reflector and punish it. Yeah, all neutral. Parry punishes for days because a big part of their win objective is landing aerials. That's really bad to have against. That's a really bad win objective to have against Shotos because their parry punish game being so broken. Yeah. He does, like, obviously, like, Ryu doesn't have the vortex properties of Ken, so he doesn't absolutely destroy Wolf. Wolf still has some decent shit going for him in the matchup, but personally, I could see this matchup getting developed to where it's slightly in Ryu's favor. But for now, where the meta is right now, I'd probably say even. I'd play Ken in this matchup, 100%. Oh, we're finally here. I will say this with full confidence. Ryu shits on Yoshi. Ryu shits on Yoshi. I am 100% convinced. Literally, just space out Shakinetsu, space out Roundhouse, up air, all that shit, and you will be fine. I'm telling you, Ryu wins that shit. Ryu wins, but not shits. I don't know, dude. Maybe I'm just confident. I'm extremely confident in the Yoshi matchup. And I've played against a lot of good Yoshis. Like, this is a matchup I played with, like, not just Wi-Fi Warrior Yoshis, but I played with a couple good ones offline at a couple events that I went to. And, like, whenever you just simply understand, like, you know, what your out-of-shield options are when they're mashing on you, you understand how to deal with egg, you understand how to deal with them, like, using their super armor, like, okay, so when they're using their super armor out of your combos and shit, what they end up doing in this situation is now they've committed to not having a jump. Now, they have insane air drift, yes, they do. But if you just simply cut them off from center stage, like, no matter where they land, you're going to get a free Shakinetsu and shove them off the ledge. Then they have to up B. Then they have to up B so they can grab ledge. And now you reset the whole situation where you get them trapped at ledge, and they get stuck in this forever, where they can't really get anything significantly, you know, damaging in. It turns into a poke war where Ryu wins that. So, yeah. Zelda tilts me, chat. Zelda tilts me. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. No, because we can actually stuff out Knight. Her whole neutral is based around Knight, and if you throw out fast Hadouken, it either makes her have to release Knight early, or like go into shield or something like that in a lot of situations. So like if they reflect, same thing with the reflector. If you bait them with slow Hadouken and shit like that, you can jump over that and like still punish them. There's like that still works. Their out of shield options are not the best because we can like again like space up till on block and like make it to where they can't jump out of shield. Displaced Phantom makes Zelda go behind the Knight. You can never set up Knight unless she's off stage. That's the thing, is she normally sets up Knight after she's already put you in disadvantage, though, Vendetta. That's the thing, is when they start doing that, that's whenever it starts getting difficult. I'm going to leave it an even. Because, like, our neutral isn't that bad. Our pressure is good. Our punish game is good. Our ledge trapping is good. A lot of our win objectives work. But I don't know. I don't know about this one, chat. I actually don't know about this one. For Shotos, I think it's good for Ken. But for Ryu, I don't know. I don't know, Vendetta. I'm not convinced on this one. I think we lose this one. All right. And finally, Zero Suit's a bitch. So neutral isn't necessarily that bad. Shaku spacing and shit like that isn't bad. But the thing is like, if we're sitting here spacing, I can't tell you how many times I'll be spacing out Shaku and I get flip kicked and buried and died for it. Especially campy Zero Suit. Non-interactive Zero Suit's hard as fuck to catch. So yeah, Ryu doesn't have a lot of options for this. Ken does. Ryu doesn't. I think Terry does the best out of all. That character's trash. Okay! Everything else is echoes. And shit. That is it. This is my Ryu matchup chart, everybody. I feel pretty confident about it. I think, so let me go ahead and get some final thoughts out there. I think Ryu is a character that still has room to grow, but the only room for growth is in matchup knowledge. I feel like as far as the character, tools, and shit like that, that's pretty much figured out. I'm pretty sure the meta is pretty developed in that field. Now it's just about matchups. And a lot of these matchups you see in Even, especially, have a lot of room for growth to where they could be winning. The ones in Losing are just because objectively the characters have things that just shit on, have like hard counter certain things in Ryu's kit. Like I said with Rosalina, like being able to like just simply take away Shakunetsu and just wall the way she does and have like better boxing tools, like that's a big part of that. Same thing with Mega Man, Sonic. Pikachu is one that I could see being developed to being even. Pac-Man as well. I feel like that one could also be developed. Same thing with Palutena. Shulk especially is very doable, and Zero Suit I think is just garbage. Same thing with Zelda. I mean, I could be wrong on those two, but I feel like Ryu is high tier. I actually feel pretty confident that the character's high tier. He's got amazing neutral, amazing out of shield options, amazing damage, amazing kill confirms. He's got everything you need.